pen to paper versus your own personal experiences influencing you to put pen to paper?
Well, you should know this about me, that I'm the flower that busts out of concrete, right? I believe in carving hope out of hopelessness. And so for me, I have to frame the hopelessness more clearly so you can understand the why and what came out of it. While watching all this stuff happen, let me admit, I still hadn't gotten over Philando Castillo and Alton Sterling.
Yeah.
And so for me, I didn't get over not just their deaths and watching it. I didn't get over going to my workplace and it being business as usual for all the white friends I couldn't keep. And I am weeping in my office. I'm afraid for my newborn son's life. Not his own life, the fact that he'll have a life without me. And that's a chronic fear for all your listeners, especially unmelanated ones. It is a chronic fear for most black men, especially fathers. A terror of whether or not they will live or die that day.
Now let's talk about that for a second.
But let me just say this one more thing.
Go ahead.
Because what framed that was I looked ahead at the future in the U.S. and I said to myself, I don't think things are going to change. And I'm not talking about the cops. I'm not talking about what's going on with none of the politics. I just said to myself that the higher up we climb, the less of our face we're always going to see. Because what came out of that, right? All these reforms and all these conversations and certain black consultants and some white female ones getting to go into these spaces to have conversations. But nothing's changed.
But what's ironic of that, right? So Michael, you bring up a point where we hit that point with George Floyd, where there was a lot of DEI initiatives. There was a lot of DEI initiatives that came out 2020, 2021, 2022. And then after 2024, they all get rolled back, to your point. Yeah. So now you have a lot of people that are out there looking and saying, once again, and back to the title of the book, The First, the Few, and the Only, there was a period of time where it looked like that might be changing during the browning of America, where the demographics are still going in a way where it's going to be minority majority within the next 2 to 3 decades tops in America, and yet people are still living this reality.
As I saw that, I have to admit to you, I didn't see the browning of America. I saw a white lash coming. Because if you know your history, which is what book one's all about, the higher up black people climb, at some point, there's a boiling point where Tulsa, Oklahoma, Greenwood, you can pick any...
Wilmington, North Carolina.
Right? Johnstown. Right? You can pick all these places where there was these violence, however you wanted to term that, and then things went back to status quo. And so I looked at history and said, the browning of America is going to bring a white lash that we haven't seen before. And so I wrote for what happens after that, for the brilliance after that, for the community that comes after that.
Now talk to me a little bit about writing this